Live from the Xfinity Studios at WVON. We're your original social media. You're listening to Art Chat Daddy Sims on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
October is Disability Awareness Month, and you know disability rights are very near and dear to my heart. And so tonight we have a wonderful guest who's here to talk to us about fun activities for those with disabilities. People must be engaged and entertained, and so here to tell us all about that is Vanessa A. Harris. She's the creator of Fun for
the Disabled.
.com.
Yes.
Yay! Big round of applause for the incredible Vanessa Harris. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Chat Daddy.
Good. And have you met our wonderful co-host, Heidi B?
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Heidi.
So happy to meet you.
Isn't she amazing?
Yes.
Okay. So, Vanessa, tell us all about who you are. I found out you and I went to the same high school.
Yeah, Luther South.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? You're much younger than I, dear. So, you know, I was there when it was a log cabin, and I probably was the first Negroid. No, I'm just joking, but that was quite a while ago. But glad to have you here. So tell us all about yourself.
Okay. Well, I am a black female cancer survivor and wheelchair user.
Wow,
Going
congratulations.
strong. I've been a cancer survivor for 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
that's beautiful.
Yes.
Fellow
God bless
cancer
you.
survivor,
Yes.
yes, beautiful.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Not only did I go to Luther South, I went to Grinnell College. I got my bachelor's degree in chemistry and my master's in environmental engineering from the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana.
Wow. Oh, so
Yeah.
you're a lady doing it. You're one of our BY sisters.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I am a member of BWise.
We love BYs.
Yes.
They come here and hang out with us all the time. Black women in science and engineering.
Yes.
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 Very nice.
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes.
What else we need to know about you?
Well, before I retired, I was an executive with an oil company, and then I formed my own engineering consulting firm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So impressive.
Wow. Isn't that
Thank you.
impressive?
Wow. Yes.
Wow. And so, Vanessa, you really are a true testament that no matter what the disability, you're able to succeed and do things in this world. And so what made you create the website?
Well, I decided to do something as a second career to leave a legacy as while I went live. Last year I was taking a documentary class, and I did a video about an artist with an inclusive art exhibit. And that was my first video. And when I talked to the artist, she said she wanted her art exhibit to continue to be very inclusive to people with all kinds of disabilities, so that her family could enjoy the exhibit. That really inspired me.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that you can have a visible, invisible, acquired disability.
Yes.
And so most people think that when they hear disability, it's something that people can see.
Right.
But it's really, it can be any form,
of
a disability. And so
Yeah.
this exhibit inspired you?
Yes, it
Really?
did. It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a huge issue with people with disabilities having fun activities to do?
There's a lot of stigma associated with having a disability. People tend to want to set you aside, you know, and they don't want to have the things that you need to have in order to operate in society. A lot of people feel isolated because they're disabled. And what I want to do in my website is to include everybody and have everyone know that they are an integral part of society. Not in spite of their disability, but because of who they are. At least 25% of the entire global population has some sort of disability.
Wow. I
That's
didn't
a
know
huge
that.
number.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a huge number. So is your website mainly to let people know these are the activities that are going on that are accessible for all?
My website covers a lot of different areas. I've covered areas like professional wheelchair dancers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I did a video about therapy horses, and the therapy horses are for just about anybody. I went out to that ranch. I was enthralled. I mean, I really relaxed, and when I came away from there, I was really smiling, and it was a wonderful experience. And the therapy horses, they visit locations all over the city of Chicago. Those are miniature horses and donkeys. They're certified, and their volunteers have to be certified to handle them and bring them into the public. Then I went to 2 other ranches which have full-size horses where people actually ride them or they groom them if they can't ride them, or they ride in carriages. So I'm going to be doing a video about that. I'm editing it right now.
Very nice. And I recently saw a news story on one of the local stations here where there's actually a rock climbing wall for the disabled.
Yes.
And so I was like, that's so unique as well. I never thought about
I've never thought about that
Right.
either.
And it was just the most beautiful story about just, people with disabilities and how they're able to climb this wall, and it gives them so much confidence and just a self-esteem booster and all of that. So is it hard for you to find activities? Because, there are some events that are not handicap accessible.
Right.
And I did not know that until I became a person with disabilities. It was like, oh, my God, there are just so many barriers out here, and it's kind of hard, being a man like myself, to tell people, look, I got to sit down, or whatever, because people won't believe it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different activities that you can get involved in. I try to include some of the events on my event calendar, which is at funforthedisabled.com with the number 4. So people send me notes and they tell me what the events are, and then I put them on my calendar. In September, there was a program at the Center on Halsted, which was an inclusive dance festival. They brought in people from Oak Park, Illinois. Last year they had people from Cleveland. This year they had people from Korea and Israel that came in to this festival. I've had activities from the Shirley Ryan Abilities Lab because they have a lot of sports activities. We have all kinds of activities, and people, as soon as they submit them, I put them on the calendar. One thing that I feature on the calendar is the Abilities Expo, which is an expo that is featured in 8 cities in North America every year. I'm an Abilities Expo ambassador. And that's an event that happens, it's a free activity that comes to a convention center. And there's all kinds of workshops and things that people can get involved in and find about people, products, events, everything for if you're disabled. And it's the people there are so nice. So
what is the biggest misconception that you think people with fully abled folks have of folks with disabilities? What is the biggest misconception?
That's a good question. I think that they can't contribute, and they just think there's something wrong with them, and they just have to feel sorry for them, and they just try to sidestep them.
And I think that's really prevalent in our community more than anything. And I hate to say that, but a lot of times, when people have a disability, we kind of push them to the side or put them, they'll be fine. And really, it's all about engaging and making sure people stay socially active and being accepting of people no matter what.
Yeah.
I think part of it is that people don't know. They feel like, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing. So I'll just avoid that person because I don't want to be offensive. I don't want to offend anybody. So I'll just avoid.
Right.
So there's a lot of avoidance sometimes that happens with people.
Yeah, no, it's true with people with disabilities, people with different colors, people with different sexual orientations. So yeah, I mean it's the same thing. It's just people don't want to contribute and understand.
What would you like to see change more than anything when it comes to those with disabilities and how we're treated?
Well, it used to be that we had affirmative action and things, they try to make things even out. And what I'd like to see is make every place accessible for everybody. And there people in the accessibility industry right now say nothing about us without us, which means that when there's a design or something, you get the input of everybody who's going to be using it before you actually design it and put it in place.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's an awareness. That's an awareness issue that designers, architects, everybody, engineers have to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Going into it, because it's actually it actually makes. Not only is it morally the right thing to do, but from a business standpoint, it's the smart thing to do things proactively before you even get into the engineering of it.
Yeah.
To make sure that things are accessible rather than trying to backtrack and retrofit to make sure that things are accessible.
Okay. So, I want to tell you about some of the videos that I've done. I did one on Mark Wellman, and since you brought up climbing walls,
Yes.
Mark Wellman, he is a mountain climber, and he's also a wheelchair user. Mm-hmm. He has to climb only with his arms because he's paralyzed from the waist down.
Wow.
So he had an accident when he was 22 years old. He was caught in an avalanche.
Oh my goodness!
And his partner, he was climbing with one other person. His partner had to leave him stranded for about 24 hours. They had to airlift him out of there. So when he got to the hospital, the first thing he said to his father was, "I want to get back on that mountain."
Wow. Even after all of that.
That's the kind of people I'm coming across now, and I want to share that.
Okay.
Very inspirational.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to run the break. When we come back, we're going to hear more stories of how we can help the disabled to do better, be better. October is Disability Awareness Month.
Yes.
And you know I'm all on board. You know what I'm saying? I'm a member
Yes.
now. Look, I'm a member. It has been a fair. Look, I am. And so I want to make sure that we all have a fair playing field in the city and in our country.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
He's charming. He's funny. He knows everybody. He is Art Chat Daddy Sims, and he's only on WVON.
Absolutely.
Okay.
October is Disability Awareness Month, and Vanessa's just here to run down some things that people need to know to make sure we all live in a very inclusive world.
Yeah.
Very good. So
Yeah.
you were sharing stories of people overcoming obstacles.
Yeah. So one of the videos that I did was about how to buy a car if you're disabled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Car buying is a gut-wrenching experience.
I just bought a car and I hated every moment of it.
Yeah. If you're new at it, it's really gut-wrenching, and if you're disabled, it's even worse.
Wow.
Okay. I learned a lot when I bought my car, and I had to go to war with a few people in order to get the right car with the right accessible equipment at the right price.
Because I'm sure it's highway robbery to get accessible equipment. I'm sure.
Yes. I knew I had to share what I learned so that people wouldn't go through what I went through. Mm-hmm. So I did a video about it, and it's one of my most popular videos.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right, what else we need to know?
Let's see. I did a video about Farida Bedwai, she has cerebral palsy. She lives in Ghana. She's an entrepreneur, and she's known by MasterCard as one of the world leaders in banking.
Really?
Yes.
As in the MasterCard?
Yes, MasterCard.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
She also writes a comic called Karmza. Karmza, the main character in the comic, is a superhero who also has cerebral palsy, and she flies with her crutches. I really enjoy reading that. You can get it on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Yeah, I think Farida is probably one of my superheroes as a real-life character. Yeah.
And it's so important for our kids. I'm a mother of 2 boys, and I'm thinking about how much they enjoy comic strips, and it would just be great to expose them to superheroes that are different, right? And so that they can be exposed to everybody, to know that everybody has superpowers like that. That's a great, great vehicle that she's using, that she created.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. One other story is this is our latest post. We just put this up on Monday. There's a charity called Free Wheelchair Mission that was started by a man named Don Schoendorfer. Free Wheelchair Mission builds comfortable wheelchairs out of lawn chairs with bicycle wheels and things that are durable, things like that. And they give them to people in developing countries for free, because he went to one of the developing countries about 20 years ago, and he saw people didn't have wheelchairs, and they were actually crawling down the street because they didn't have any accessible equipment at all. So right now, he is actually giving away 1 million free wheelchairs in developing countries.
Wow,
That
that's
is amazing.
impressive. That
Yeah.
really, and he's doing this out of his the goodness of his heart.
Yeah, and now he has a lot of contributors and volunteers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. We love that. We really, really do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Vanessa, don't go anywhere. When we come back at the top of the hour, we're going to wrap up with you. You're looking for people to help you out.
Yes.
You're going to share a lot of different things. Heidi
Yes.
B, anything you want to say real quick?
Well, I'll ask you at the top of the hour when we come back, just what continues to inspire you. So just think on that. We'll get the answer
Okay.
when we come back.
All right.
Okay.
When we come back, don't.
Yeah.
All right. Our
Yes.
very special guest is Vanessa A. Harris. She's the creator of funforthedisabled.com, which
Yeah.
is a really interactive website that helps those with disabilities. As you guys all know, October is Disability Awareness Month, and Vanessa's our first guest of the month to help us to kind of get through all of this. And so,
Yeah.
Vanessa, you've done a great job. What else you need for us to know before your segment is up, my
Well, we've grown to over 5,000 followers worldwide in the last year.
dear? That's right.
And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, which comes out every week or every other week, all you have to do is come to our website, funforthedisabled.com, and give us your name and your email address.
Okay.
Okay?
That's easy and simple. And let's spell it again.
Fun, F-U-N, the number 4,
Uh-huh.
THEDISABLED.com.
Okay, funforthedisabled.com is the website. Go
Yeah.
there, visit, sign up. And what else you want to do? You need people to help you, too,
Yeah,
right?
let me tell you one other thing. Our videos are closed captioned. All of them are closed captioned.
Good.
And we put the entire transcript on the website so that the vision impaired can read the transcript with their Braille readers.
Nice. Very
Yes.
nice. All right.
Yes.
So that means
And-
this interview eventually will be on there.
Yes, it will
Yay.
be. Yes,
Wonderful,
it will be.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Let's see how the captioner will be able to. Well, no, every time I talk, they
No.
okay. No, they give me everything I say. They do. I
That's
love them. I
fantastic.
really
Yeah.
do. I've learned so much. Yes.
We're looking for volunteers. The volunteers that I have right now are from all over the world. We work remotely, so it's not required that you work in Chicago. I deal with people on the internet or by phone. They send me all of their video editing and all their writing by the internet. So if you like to write or if you like to shoot or edit video, please let me know. Contact me on the Contact Us page at Fun for the Disabled.
Okay.
You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Fun, the number 4, the Disabled.
Okay, very good. Now, Heidi,
Okay.
you had a question for Vanessa before we went to national news.
Well, my question is that it takes a lot of work to run a website and to do social media and to be as active as you are in this cause. What continues to inspire you to do so?
Well, it's the people that I meet, the people that I work with. Every time I come across somebody else that has got something to people share their stories with me, and I'm like, that's another cool story that's really inspiring me. I mean, I think a lot of people are almost superhuman in some of the things that they achieve. And we're even going to be doing a series on people with mental illnesses, because one of the guys that I interviewed found that a lot of people with mental illnesses have superhuman skills that are being ignored by the medical community.
Test genius.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
test genius. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the work that you're doing is super inspirational. It really is. So, people who are, sitting at home and you want to contribute, the fact that you need volunteers, it's also a great opportunity for college students that are looking to write, they're looking to shoot, they're looking to edit, and they want to be able to contribute, and they actually want to get their resume reel together and get their portfolio together. This is a great opportunity for them to do so while you're still helping people, because you're helping these folks that want to know what's going on activity-wise for the disabled.
Yeah, and I include their work on the website so they can use it as part of their portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I know one thing when you announced that you were going to be on this show, Vanessa, the world knew. I mean, I looked on Twitter everywhere. Everybody was like, wow. And you even had to put various time zones to let people know what time this was airing. So we really do appreciate you. I mean, you really have done a great job, and really you are a hero.
Thank you.
You are. In closing, what would you like to say to these people?
I want to say, check out my website. Contact me with suggestions for content. Volunteer and be the best that you can be. And I want to thank Chad Daddy and Heidi for inviting me to be on the show. Thank you very much.
We do.
Thank you so much.
Look, you going to stick around for the dating terminology?
Yes, I am. I want to hear about this.
You ain't got to go nowhere. Just stay here with us. Isn't that amazing?